Alabama, you don't rebuild, you reload. So the Crimson Tide lost 3 talented gymnasts, including NCAA all-around champion Gina Rice. The cupboard is far from bare. 2-time Olympic silver medalist Terin Humphrey is shining in her freshman year, and junior Ashley Miles has reached perfection. In 3 years as Florida's head coach, Rhonda Fain has built a Gator program that's beginning to challenge not only in the SEC, but nationally as well. It's the Tide and the Gators on the mat. Welcome to Gainesville, Florida, as tonight the O-Dome is home to a top 5 SEC gymnastics showdown. It's the 5th-ranked Florida Gators hosting the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Hello, everybody. I'm Jen Hildreth. Glad you could join us here in Gainesville. Now, a few weeks ago, the O'Connell Center hosted the Super 6 Challenge, and in that meet, the hometown Gators got the better of the Crimson Tide. Since that time, though, the Alabama Crimson Tide have put up one of the best scores in the country, breaking the 197 mark against LSU last week. For more on Alabama, let's bring in Lori Strong-Ballard.
Thanks, Jen. It's hard to believe Alabama predicted a slow start when just weeks into the season, they have already hit their stride, posting one of the top scores in the SEC over a 197. Their rebuilding concerns came when they graduated the SEC and national all-around champion, Gina Rice. But they've quickly filled that void with another national champion, Ashley Miles, who has successfully stepped it up as an all-around gymnast this year. And to top it off, the Tide boasts one of the premier gymnasts in the world, 2-time Olympic medalist Terin Humphrey. And Coach, how has Terin made the adjustment from the Olympic arena to college gymnastics? And where will we see her contributing tonight?
Well, I think she's done amazingly well just coming to our team December 26th. After taking 3.5 months off and just doing the TJ Maxx Tour Champion, it's a big difference getting ready to compete again, and especially in Olympic competition where they compete so infrequently. Now she's competing every single week. We started her out tonight. You'll see her on the balance beam and the uneven bars, and then we're going to add her in as the season goes on. But I think she's doing remarkably well.
Now, your first competition of the season was right here in the O'Connell Center for the Super 6. Obviously, though, you've picked up momentum since then when Florida beat you at the Super 6. Will we see a different team, a different Alabama team tonight?
I'd like to think so. I think that was our goal coming down here. We knew starting out the season it was just going to be a little slower for us, but that as things got better for us, we would be much stronger. And I think really that tonight our goal is to come out here and show that we're a team that's going to contend along with Florida for the SEC and the NCAA championship.
Well, thanks, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And now for a little insight from the other side, over to you, Natalie.
Thanks, Lori. Now, Coach Fain, you did come out on top of Alabama at the Super 6.
Obviously, we want to do the same thing here once again. Our goal tonight is to hit all of our routines and to be consistent, which we weren't as consistent as we wanted to be at Super 6. So we're really looking to go out and just nail everything and to come out on top.
Now, coming out on top and nailing everything, however, how would it be to be Alabama twice this early in the season?
I think it would be a tremendous confidence booster for the entire team. It's a great feat to do, and it's a very strong program. So to do that twice so early in the season, it's a really good thing.
Okay, thanks, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.
Now back to you, Jen.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to in this meet. As Lori mentioned, you'll get a look at the 2004 U.S. Olympian, Terin Humphrey from Alabama. She'll be competing along with 3-time NCAA champion, Ashley Miles. What an exciting athlete she is to watch. For Florida, the Gators have a very talented lineup, highlighted by sophomore All-American Breanne King. Can Florida, looking to get a high score of their own. They'll be starting tonight on vault in front of their home crowd, and who better for us to start off with than Orley Szmuch, an athlete with so much character for this Florida team.
An absolute crowd favorite here, and a tremendous vaulter. Amazing landing. That vault is scored out of a 10, and boy, did she execute.
looking every bit the two-time NCAA regional vault champion that she is.
If you look closely, both of Orley's ankles are taped. She's been having ankle problems, and that's why she's not competing in the all-around. But it did not show here. A blind landing. She cannot see the floor before the feet hit, but there's not a movement with the feet.
Wow, a 9.925. Great score for Orley. That is a season high for her. The Gators off to a strong start. Ashley Miles, one of the athletes we talked about, keep an eye on in this meet. She's competing in the all-around, something she's doing for the first time this season.
She's in a very important role right here. She needs to get the tide back on track here. They already have a fall, but they can drop that fall. So big scores coming up could help. She had some difficulty in warm-up on that connection. Not a problem here in competition. Such a confident and intense competitor, and it shows with every routine. Here's the dismount. It's a big one. A tall gymnast with a double layout. She gets some distance on that, but somehow finds the landing.
It looks like she goes so far out there, but you're right, Lori. She always finds a way to pull it together.
This is a huge combination. It's called a Hindorf, and that's a big release element. In warm-up, she was so pumped up that she was getting such tremendous height, she was having trouble controlling the connection out of it. But here in competition, what an amazing competitor.
No trouble for Ashley Miles there. We're midway through rotation 1 here in Gainesville, Florida. Jen Hildreth, Lori Strong-Ballard, Natalie Taylor along with you here. And in this meet, getting a chance now to see a sophomore for the Florida Gators, Breanne King from North Vancouver, British Columbia. She will be competing on vault.
Competing that Yurchenko-style vault, this time with a full twist. Pretty good on the landing, just a slight pike position right before the feet hit.
Breanne, though just a sophomore, one of the athletes certainly Florida looks to as a leader in this competition.
Absolutely, and at 5'8", Breanne is a tall gymnast, so on this vault, her technique needs to be exceptional to give her that height and enough rotation time to get a full rotation and a full twist around.
Well, here's an athlete everyone's been waiting to see, an Olympian and now a member of the Crimson Tide team, as Natalie Taylor tells us.
Straight off the Olympic podium, then to the TJ Maxx Tour of Champions, Terin Humphrey is now at the University of Alabama. She was welcomed with open arms and on many billboards in Alabama, and also on the cover of this year's media Gymnastics Guide.
It's kind of a little bit funny, just because I didn't grow up around here, or I just came into this city, so it's kind of weird seeing myself everywhere.
She's been received very well. I mean, what school wouldn't want an Olympian on their team, you know? And I've known Terin previously, and I mean, she's just an awesome kid. You know?
When she came for her visit in December, she was here for our Christmas party. She brought her medals, and we photographed them. And Terin is so humble. I mean, she really is down to earth, and you would never know that she is a two-time Olympic silver medalist. And I think the biggest telling factor is when we took her back to the airport, she checked the silver medals in her luggage, and she carried her picture of Brad Pitt with her on the plane. So I think that shows how humble she is. You know, the medals are great and wonderful, but, you know, she's just all about being a part of this team and starting to have some fun again, and being a college student.
It's not every day that a freshman receives this amount of attention early in the season, but it looks like Terin Humphrey is fitting in quite well, and in Alabama is one of the girls. Back to you, Jen.
Thanks very much, Natalie. How about that, Lori? She kept her picture of Brad Pitt with her and checked the medals into the luggage.
Quite a humble gymnast. What an ambassador for the sport, as well as this Alabama program. And this is the event that she won a silver medal on in Athens. What an exciting time in her life. She works the bars with such ease, anticipates every movement before she gets there, and that's what makes her so good. Exceptional quality in every element, including the handstands and, of course, the stuck landing. That will be a big score.
You can see why Terin Humphrey adds something special to this Alabama team.
This is one of her major release moves. It's called a Fortina, which is named after one of the greatest bar workers in the world. And now, of course, we can call Terin one of the greatest bar workers in the world as well.
I think she ranks right up there. Season high 9.925 for Terin. Alabama finishes with a 49.125 in the first rotation. Florida not quite done yet, though. Tiffany Murry up on vault.
And if you haven't noticed the scores so far, this is an event that Florida has greatly improved on because of athletes like Tiffany. She has really boosted the difficulty level of their lineup. Tiffany does a great job on this vault, really setting her direction. Take a look off the table. She pushes up first, then initiates the twist. A little bit of a bounce on the landing. I'd like to see her bend her knees and absorb some of that power.
Yeah, boy, she does that. She might be getting close to that 10 mark as it is. A 9.95 for Tiffany Murry. The Gators come out with a 49.4 on vault. That's a season high. Great start for the Gators. We'll see